Oh, g'day scrappers. Thought I'd make myself a copper pancake today. It only needs one ingredient, and that's scrap copper wire. And we'll make a start. I got myself an old cast iron fry pan that I picked up in scrap. I keep all my cast iron stuff, so this one's a really good one. And but I've got quite a lot of these kind of pans, and I thought, well, why not make a nice pancake for the morning breakfast? So I'll just let this cast iron pan heat up to as hot as I can get. We're about 20 minutes away from melting this copper. It's just started to warm up now. It's currently at 1058 degrees Celsius. So once it gets to about 1150, it should start melting down pretty quickly, and by then we'll have a nice hot pan. I might even run a bit of a torch over the top just to get it even hotter, and we'll see how this pancake turns out. Okay, thrill seekers, let's get this pancake made up. Oh, we got some hot copper here. Bit of a pop. I was a bit short on the copper. Couple little pops. I mean, I heated up the pan really hot, so, but wow, I'll show you. You should see the pan. It's actually cracked. Right, so that's pretty awesome actually. This is a cast iron pan, so much for, it's a Breville, so much for this pan. The actual cast iron cracked. Wow. We'll check it out when it cools down a bit. Down here. Check that out. It actually split, so that pop might have been that's unbelievable for cast iron just to crack like that. It must be really cheap quality cast iron. It might even be mixture of, who knows, but it's very heavy pan, so, but yep, that's cracked right from the center right to the outside. That's incredible. So the pancake itself, it didn't turn out perfect, but as a first try, I suppose it wasn't bad. But I think definitely going to need a better pan, or maybe it just, even though I let it heat up to really hot, like incredibly hot, it still maybe wasn't enough. I even got the map gas torch over the top, and I heated it up from the top as well as the flame underneath, and I didn't turn the flame off. So yeah, it's quite amazing that it just cracked like that. It must be just a poor quality cast iron, maybe with some sand in there or something, who knows. Obviously not for extreme heat, and as you know, cast iron should be able to handle pretty much anything. To the temperatures I can get. Oh well, we'll let it cool down and see what we got. Okay, we'll see if we can get it out of a pan. See how it turned out. Looks like it's stuck in the groove where it cracked. Yeah, it's just stuck in that little groove where it cracked open. So There we go. All right, we'll have a look at that pan a little bit later. Just want to cool down this pancake. And it's pretty interesting. It's like, I don't know, it looks kind of weird. Get some water. All right, here goes nothing. Better put my face mask on. Plop. Beautiful. Now these pancakes, obviously, best served with ice cream and pure maple syrup. It's just not a pancake if you don't have Canadian maple syrup. Honey just doesn't do it. But look at that. That's there's my copper pancake. Obviously I'm going to get better at it, but I'm going to need a better cast iron pan or something, or maybe just get the pan very, very, red hot. But I'm going to polish this borax off and chip some of it off and see what it looks like anyway. Beautiful. And we'll serve her up. Okay, well, there's the pan, and you can see it cracked right from the center and went all the way up to the outside, and just basically just popped the pan. So pretty awesome, actually. I didn't expect cast iron to just crack like that. So it's either a very cheap cast iron, or it's just the way it goes when you add well, it was 1150 degrees Celsius, the molten copper. I heated a pan up. I reckon it probably would have went to about 300 degrees Celsius. I mean, it wasn't enough to go red hot, but it had to have, with the butane gas, it had to have at least been between 300 and 400 degrees anyway. And then what I did is I got the map gas and I put the map gas over the top here, just to give it a little bit extra heat. And yeah, that crack, that pop that you heard when I was pouring, I thought it was, when you're pouring hot metal onto a cold surface, it'll give you those little explosions. But this one, it wasn't that. It was just the cast iron resisting to the heat, and just quite incredible that it's cracked right through from the center there. And so there you go. This cast iron pan, well, it's only good for the scrap heap now, but cast iron, at least you can still get good money for it. And I keep all my cast iron anyway for a rainy day, one day when it gets a good enough price. So I'll just polish up our pancake and serve her up. Okay, well, it wasn't too bad. There's our pancake. As I said, bit of ice cream, maple syrup, and you got yourself a dog's breakfast. But yeah, it's interesting. It's actually weighs about 2 pounds, so the other side, it looks very pancakey. You got your little bubbles and stuff that have formed. There's a little hole there, didn't quite make it, but aside from that, for a first pancake, it's not bad. But obviously I think I'm going to have to get the cast iron a little bit hotter, or a lot hotter, and it's going to allow me to pour it a bit better, and probably just need a little bit more copper, maybe about 3 pounds, and it'll give me a nice even, sort of nice, like a nice round piece. So yeah, but still almost it almost looks like a map of Australia in some ways, but yeah, it's just something different. All we used is scrap wire, you know, just regular copper wire, so just something different. But yeah, I'd like to sort of improve my technique here and see if I can get some really nice smooth plates and maybe be able to, you know, do some engraving on it. But there you go, copper pancake, job done. Keep scrapping, guys, have fun, I'll catch you next time.